Hello and welcome back to part 4, CERN for Dummies, Mandela Effect, Geography of the World Has Changed. Please go back to parts 1, 2, and 3 to get caught up to speed. This is part 4. The links for the other parts are in the comment section because we're picking right up where we left off, which was the 4 living creatures in the midst of the throne of God. Each living creature or force of the universe has a different color, which is why he saw a rainbow around the throne of God. As you can see, these all connect, and if you're looking at it, it makes a rainbow around the throne of God. The eyes in front and back of the creature denotes how the creature's forces operate in the above paragraph we talked about. The colors in the center part of the painting, I just talked about that. So basically, this is a rainbow that John sees around the throne of God. So keep in mind that he did not say that it was in front or off to the side of the throne. The rainbow that he sees is the 4 living creatures, or I say the 4 forces, in the midst of the throne. They're clearly in the midst. No doubt about it. No room for an open interpretation there. Now I'm supposed to go to figure 9, which is going to be right up here. And let's get over there. And let's blow this out a little bit here. So here's the next diagram that we're going to talk about. Let's make this a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. So looking at so basically the 24 elders represent the 24 dimensions or strings that originate from the throne of God. If we count the lines that exit the circle, keep in mind that the lines associated with the forces of the universe do not count as dimensions, nor does the sea of glass count as a dimension. The 25th dimension originates from the bottom part that I talked about, and the 26th dimension originates from the top. Physicists do agree that space and time are so connected that one cannot exist without the other. Hence, the 25th dimension is space, and the 26th dimension is time. And I think I accidentally clicked on the wrong figure, so let me move up. No, it says figure 9. Okay. Why? Well, let's go over this real quick. So we have the first elder, or dimension, or string in our theory, which is right here. The way it works is because of the boundary field of physics, the circle here, anytime we have a string exiting, it counts as a dimension, except for, as I said, the sea of glass. And then we have the second elder, or dimension, or string in our theory right here, going out. We have the third elder, or dimension, or string in our theory going out here. We have the fourth elder, or dimension, or string in our theory going out here. We have the fifth dimension, or elder, or string in our theory right here going out. And the sixth dimension, or elder, or string in our theory. And they all originate from the throne of God, of course. And using this same concept, we just keep counting and counting. Let me get this really close, because you can stop the video and really take a close look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. And you can go down here and count I think I crossed that line out. Anyway, you got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it all adds up to the 24 elders that the Bible talks about, or dimensions for my theory, or strings in string theory. It all adds up. We are going to be getting into this symbol right here. It's actually Aleister Crowley's symbol. Unfortunately, it's the Illuminati's have it's their symbol, but no, it's not their symbol. It's been around for billions of years. It belongs to God, for heaven's sakes. In case you haven't learned by now, the Illuminati takes everything that is God and they twist it, invert it, and do the exact opposite. So we're going to explain how God works, what's really the description of physics and how they twisted it. But first, I have to describe to you the correct physics, the biblical physics, and then we're going to get into how they twisted it. Basically, if you're going to play a game, first you have to learn the game. Once you learn the game, then you can cheat. But if you don't know how the game's played, how are you ever going to cheat? So, Figure 9. Count the lines to exit the circle. Keep in mind, yes, okay, so I talked about all that. Now I need to go to figure 14, which is going to be up here. Let's move over here. Alrighty. So, I'm so tempted to just start talking, but I really, I really need to stick to my paper. So here we have the 25th dimension, which is actually depth. And, oh, sorry, it's a little bit late here. Sorry. So here the 25th dimension is, oh boy, I mixed these up, didn't I? So, here, let me just talk for a minute. So basically what we've discovered is that space and time are so coupled together that one cannot exist without the other. They're so tightly coupled together that we now refer to it as space-time. If you look at this, so this is the 25th dimension, and which is depth. This is the 26th dimension, which is time. You can see that they are one and the same in essence, so they are so coupled together, it's called space-time. One cannot exist without the other. So we have in the center invisible field of physics, we're up to 24 dimensions right now. And now we have the 25th and 26th dimension. String theory is, if you caught the earlier parts, states there's 10 or 26 dimensions, but after the 26th dimensions completely fell apart, they never came back together again. This is why. Because we have the 10-dimensional universe here, the 10-dimensional universe here, and the 26 unify these two fields of physics, and that's it. There's nothing more. There is not, you don't need a 27th dimension, 28th, etc., etc., etc. So this is why there appears to be limitations and boundaries to the physics that they discovered, and they're just scratching their heads because they don't have this diagram. It's been kept secret. It's amazing. So let me try going back to reading the paper here. So physicists agree that time and space are so connected that one could not exist without the other. Here the 25th dimension is space and the 26th dimension is time. Oh, that's what I meant to say. Only the areas outside the 25th dimensions are affected by it. This explains what I'm trying to say is everything outside of this diamond is the physical universe. And it's bound by the laws of physics. It's bound by the third law of thermonuclear dynamics. It says energy can neither be created nor destroyed, and etc., etc., etc. However, once you go in a universe, a field of physics where there is no space, where there is no time, you're no longer bound by any of those rules, and you truly have a third field of physics where, well, that's where God exists, and anything's possible. So this explains how the physical laws of physics and time do not bind the invisible field in the center. Not conforming to the reality that we know makes it difficult to accept and even to understand. The the center circle field of physics explains why string theories have only one model with 26 strings or dimensions. I just talked about that. There is no matter and only forces in this model. That is something that they don't like at all. Kind of drove them nuts, and everybody wants to say hogwash, and it's one of the reasons this theory kind of died away. Moving on to the next diagram. This is a good one. Finally, we're getting into some good stuff. Alrighty. So, the center circle. So, looking at this figure, we can count how many strings or lines intersect our universe and the outer universe. Remarkably, the outer fields have 10 dimensions each. 10 dimensions for quantum field and 10 dimensions for general relativity. In this model, we have different parameters to the theory. They can agree on one 26 string theory, but not on one string theory that has only 10 dimensions. Could this be there is only one field of physics with 26 dimensions and no mass, and that there are two fields of physics that have 10 dimensions but differ in their makeup? Of course. There are actually four different 10 string theories. And remember, the string theory is completely faded away in case you're in the you're up to speed on that part. I'm going through the history of physics to get everyone up to speed. You got to start with some training wheels where you can start riding your bicycle. So, each of these 10 string theories is merely looking at different parts of the two outside fields of physics, quantum physics and general relativity, leading to four separate 10 string theories. Now we're going to go to figure 4, which is going to be down here. All right, we're still recording. Yay! I think I have 4 minutes left. Hooey! Let's try to get through this. So, now we're looking at figure 4. In fact, there is the premise of the latest theories. Sorry, it's tight. It's late here. So anyway, in fact, this is the premise of the latest theory in theoretical physics. The theoretical physicists now say that all the string theories are correct, but they are merely looking at different parts of the theory of everything. This new theory is called M theory. See, we're getting there, folks. It's just going to take a little while. Let's continue our interpretation of chapter 4, the book of Revelation in the Bible. The lightnings and the thunderings, I will agree with the theologians' interpretation. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I forgot to talk about this real quick. The 4 different fields of physics. So basically, in the center field of physics, where there is 26 dimensions, it's known as the Bosniak string theory. This is one section. Remember, everything outside this diamond is where physical matter and space and time exist. Everything in the center, there is no mass. This is the invisible realm, etc., etc. So we have 4 different string theories. This is one theory looking at just this section. We have another string theory looking at just this part of the universe. We have another field here looking at just this part, and another field looking at just this part. So that's how we have these 4 different main string theories with a 5th Bosniak string theory. The forces in the 26 dimensions, which are, the A, B, C, D. So you got these 4 forces in the 10 dimensions. And we also remember the 4 living creatures are also in the mist. So we have forces outside where time and space and matter exist, and we have living creatures inside the invisible field of physics where there is no space or time and nothing's bound by it. And this is the throne of God, which Aleister Crowley tried to take over, and CERN is, and oh boy, I can't wait till we get into this center symbol. It's juicy stuff. You're gonna love it once we get there. But again, gotta get you up to speed. So, moving right along. We're going back to chapter 4, the book of Revelation, where the lightnings and thunderings, I will agree with the theologian's interpretation that this represents the wondrous power of God. But there's more to this. The 4 forces send their power straight toward the throne of God, where they enter into their assigned triangle to have their forces focused and turn back towards God. See figure 5, which is going to be right. Whoa, is this one of the missing diagrams? Oh no, it's missing. Why? Data. Oh, we have a missing diagram. Sorry, we have a missing diagram. Well, if you listen to my other parts, I talked about how this concept of the energy is thrown in here into the triangles and focused back. So in essence, I already covered it. So it's okay that I'm missing that diagram at the moment. So anyway, the four forces, yeah, so anyway, picking up. So what John is really describing here is the living creature being full of eyes in the front and back depicts this. But here he is describing the four living creatures in the midst of the throne. They needed to see in front and in back in order to have the force from behind pass through and to take the force in front of them, focus it, and send the force back to God. It's an amplification feature, taking power and amplifying it to be a lot stronger than it originally began with. The result of these actions is the lightnings that John saw. As all four forces reach God, he uses his awesome and wondrous power to turn it into energy. Yes, according to the third law of thermonuclear dynamics, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. However, that's in this physical universe. God doesn't exist here. He exists outside of space and time. In here, this, my friends, is how energy is created. This is God creating energy. God is the creator of all things, and God is the creator of energy. And you are looking at how God creates energy, which we're going to get into. How CERN knows this and what they're really doing. Oh boy. I wonder if I can get myself in trouble. Well, if all of a sudden you see me stop making videos and pull up my paper from the Library of Congress, contact my family, you can read the paper. Anyway, moving right along. So, as the four forces reach God, he uses his awesome wondrous power to turn into energy. This makes thundering sound as God creates energy and guides this life force all over the universe. This new energy leaves the throne of God in an upward and outward direction. Used energy returns back to the throne of God from the bottom up and inward where it is cleansed. Now we're going to go to figure 6, which is going to be right. Oh, this is odd. Figure 6 happens to be on page 26. Interesting. I didn't number. I'm not in numerology. I didn't number this stuff like this on purpose. This is figure 2. How did I leave this wrong? I need to have. Sorry. I completely lost my track. See, figure 6 is supposed to be on page 27. Sorry. I'm just off a page. Here we go. Oh, boy. This is going to be really hard to see. Blow it up. Alright. Moving up. And let's see if I can get this thing bigger for you guys. Alright. This is going to be really hard to see. Boy, I could have done a better job of this. So, basically, the four forces, the energy comes in these triangles, get refocused, and they get thrown into the throne of God. Energy here gets refocused, thrown in, thrown in, thrown in. So, all the energy all at once is being thrown into the throne of God, focused, redirected back, and then all four forces hit each other at once, and kaboom! Energy is created. Pretty amazing stuff. You just saw how energy is created, folks. There it is. That is how God creates energy. And that's what they're trying to describe in the book of Revelation when he's up in the throne of God. But how could he describe this? I'm using physics here, and hopefully I haven't lost you and you're still following here. So now let's go to figure 7, which is going to be right up. I need to move that stupid thing. Anyway. And what happens here is when this big explosion takes place, the energy is thrown out into the universe in this direction and goes into this field of physics, and it gets thrown out in this direction and goes into this field of physics. This is the loud thunderings and lightning that he's seeing. He is seeing the creation of energy. He's seeing how how God throws energy out into the universe. But God is not a wasteful person. He's going to use that energy again. It gets recycled. So then we have to go to figure 8, which is going to be right here. So now, once the energy permeates all throughout the quantum field of physics and general relativity, it then makes its way back to the throne of God. One of the things that people don't understand about gravity is used to pull the used energy in the universe back to the throne of God. That's why no one understands gravity, because that's its true purpose and how it's used. And it's my opinion. People will have other ideas. So basically, what you're having here is this is the sea of glass. This is the energy of the universe. Some people may say this looks like kind of like an eye, and eyes are the gateway to the soul. This is the eyes to the gateway of the soul of God, to see how he creates energy. Well, maybe a stretch. I just thought of that idea. Alrighty. So the energy leaving and returning to the throne of God is what John is describing as the sea of glass. Referencing back to figure 9, which we looked at, I believe that all but 2 of the dimensions originate from the center circle of my painting, which is outside of the 2-dimensional fields of physics. Did I show you figure? Here, let me go back here real quick in case you need figure 9 again. There's figure 9. So now we need to go to figure 15, which is going to be on this page. Oh, okay. All right, moving right along. So, so we're kind of back here again. So basically, as I was talking about, there's 10 dimensions here, and there's 10 dimensions here, and that's what I was trying to show you here. Anyway, the center circle, the visible field of physics, has 4 dimensions that the other 2 outer fields do not have. These 4 dimensions are used to stabilize the 4 forces of the universe. So now we're going to get into how the energy is stabilized, because if you are having this massive explosions and thunderings and lightnings, and if you're creating energy and doing God's work, we need stabilizers to maintain the universe and make sure everything stays cool and containment fields, and it doesn't blow up. So the center field also has, as I mentioned, I keep